Top of the league by 4 points. Hello guys, Manchester City have just beat Sheffield United 1-0 in a true war of attrition. Chris Wilder's side were very frustrating to play against, but City have won, and that is literally all that matters. No, the performance wasn't great, but literally all that matters once again is that we got the 3 points. We showed our plucky little noisy neighbours across town, Manchester United, how to beat Sheffield United this week, and it was absolutely delightful to walk away from this game with our 12th victory in a row. Clean GFC propaganda is actually real. This team does not concede goals. This team knows how to get the job done, and they turned up today and they got the job done. It wasn't pretty, but it doesn't have to be pretty. Not every game that matters is pretty. Look at the Leicester game with Vincent Kompany scoring that goal. That wasn't pretty. It was horrible, but did it matter? Yes, it did. And this game is another step towards the right thing. Honestly, it's absolutely lovely to see. I know there'll be discussions about the lineup and all that kind of stuff, but in the end, Guardiola was justified. He kind of got it right. Players got rested. We got a clean sheet. We got a victory against a team that genuinely is a lot harder to play against than everyone realised. What most people didn't realise in general is that Sheffield United have been in pretty good form recently. I think before this game, in all competitions, they've won 4 out of the last 5. 2 in the Premier League, 2 in the FA Cup. But they were in pretty decent form, beating a team currently in second as well, Man United. So this was never going to be an easy game. And I was surprised personally by the number of changes, but in the end, it literally came true. We got the victory. And what more can we do? We can moan a little bit, but I'm sorry, we have to trust Guardiola. We have to trust his instincts of knowing when to rest people and when not to. And he got it right. Ultimately, he got it right. It could have been more fun to watch, but not every game needs to be 3-0, 4-0. Sometimes you just got to dig in, get the job done, and get the 3 points. Then go home, put your feet up, and say, that was a battle, but we got the job done, and we were fine. Let's look at the table. See it there? Oh, it's glorious. So I'm just going to lean on it like that now. It's beautiful. Not sure that even worked. But it's absolutely lovely. Look at that. 4 points clear, Man United. 4 points, 7 points clear, Liverpool. And now as well, by the way, United have got to play Arsenal. Come on, Arsenal. Come on, Arsenal. Give me a chance to jump on a stream again and celebrate later on. And also, Liverpool have got to play West Ham tomorrow, so it's not easy for them. 2 genuinely difficult games from our rivals. Leicester, of course, are a good side, but United and Liverpool are 2 sides that I personally fear for obvious reasons. I mean, look at Liverpool down there. Don't give them a chance. Come on, West Ham. Come on, Arsenal. Do us a big favour. I absolutely love looking at that there. It's just wonderful. Just look at that. Top of the pile. Where we belong. We are inevitable, and we do keep clean sheets, man. Laporte back in the side today, but Laporte and Diaz absolutely fine together as before. And Walker had a mixed game, if I'm being honest, but he did give away a couple of silly free kicks. And I suspect, by the way, Guardiola would have noted that. Guardiola loves Walker, but I think he would have noticed that overall, Cancelo's been in better form, but Walker was okay, but wasn't at his best today. As John said, and exhale. Whew. Calm down, everyone. Calm down. We got the job done. I know, obviously, you wanted to see Cancelo and everyone playing all that kind of stuff, but, you know, it's nice. It's absolutely nice seeing it. Seeing us at the top of the table, and that's literally all that matters once again. Like, what someone said, this is the kind of performance where you love the result but not the actual game itself, and I agree with that. I mean, that is very much a situation. Most league wins, by the way, are built on games like this. It's not every single game can you turn up and play glorious, glittering football and blow a team away. Sometimes you've got go in there preparing to work really hard, and today's City's players, at least their attitude was absolutely spot on. Even if there were moments where we were missing technical brilliance, this was a game for lungs and effort, and it was no surprise for me that someone like Bernardo Silva stood out today. Bernardo was absolutely everywhere. Long bursting runs, constantly snapping at their heels. He was giving the ball and he was holding it really well. Games like this today were so important. I mean, I can't really moan too much. There wasn't some great performances amongst that. Though I thought Diaz, by the way, excellent, by the way. A couple of tackles Diaz had, and a couple of blocks as well. Diaz is just phenomenal. He's astoundingly good. But overall, it wasn't a game full of class performances. Oops, I've just moved that by accident. It wasn't a game full of class performances. It was a game where the players had to roll up their sleeves, get the dirty work done, and just accept it. And that's fine, you know. That's fine. Honestly, it's okay. Of course I want to see better football. Of course I want to see 4 or 5-0. That's it. Rod's asking, why didn't Stones play? Well, I'm going to presume he's just rested. Like, what we don't forget, what we don't see, obviously, is behind the scenes, you know. we don't always see that how a player performs in training. And we've got to bear in mind as well that we have a conditioning team, and a conditioning team, their job is to make sure that players are rested, are eating the right stuff, that the body's reacting to physical tests really well, that they're not going to tire themselves out. And I would not be surprised at all if the conditioning team said to Guardiola, some of these players are going to need resting soon because the likeliness of an injury will go up and up and up. And given John Stones' injury-laden past, I would not be surprised but today, he decided to give John Stones a rest, and I think it's just that entirely. And it's sensible. Unfortunately, in a compact, a very compressed season, every now and then we're going to have to rest players. I mean, it's just how it is. And if you can't do it against a team bottom of the league, when can you do it? It's not ideal, but that's just real life, unfortunately. I mean, you can't run the likes of Cancelo and Stones into the ground. Stones in particular, with his past injuries, sometimes you just got to give him a rest, and that's what we did today. And it worked, It's fine. It's absolutely fine. It's not brilliant, but it was fine. So overall, the players that picked, they did the job out there on the pitch, and Guardiola will feel relatively justified. Yes, we know Cancelo's in better form than Walker at the moment, but let's not hate on Kyle Walker. He's barely played recently, and there was a few moments where Kyle Walker's pace getting back was really useful today. We've got to remember that Kyle Walker's been a big part of what made Manchester City so successful over the last few years, so let's not throw him under a bus, because Kyle Walker has been an incredible servant for City, and we can't forget that. So people spamming, by the way, if you're spamming in the live chats, don't spam. But I'm not going to sit here and slag off Kyle Walker. I don't think he had a great game, but I'm not going to sit here and slag him off because obviously he's been so important to this squad and he'll continue to be important to this squad. I'm not going to slag off anyone who didn't play great today because all of them have put a shift in. I thought Ferran Torres had a decent game, by the way, a good game. Ferran with an incredible bit of a mixture of technical ability with really good work rate. And sometimes you need that kind of mixture. Sometimes you need someone who can really battle up front and have a little moment of magic. I mean, there's a lot of negative comments going on, but I don't get why. Why is everyone not just delighted? Why is everyone not really happy that City have just battled away against a team that was intent on trying to be disgusting and I don't mean disgusting in the bad way. I mean physical and aggressive. They were really up for a battle today. They were physical. I don't get the negativity personally. I mean, it wasn't perfect, but literally, we got the victory. I don't mind games like this. If games like this were every single week, I'd understand it. If they're once in every 5-10 games, it is what it is. It is what it is. 3 points is all that matters, says Robbie. Literally couldn't care about individual performances. If you keep winning games, we'll win the league. Exactly. And if you can win games, Ferran Torres played trash. No, he didn't. I literally remember a few dribbles, a few good crosses. He had a good game. He got an assist. So I can't agree with that at all, Abu. I think that's a load of nonsense, unfortunately. But the thing is, look how much United struggled against Sheffield United, by the way. And we got past it. All you can do is judge the performances against the rivals, and we were better. And we were better today. It wasn't a good game, but it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. All I know is that we turned up today and we worked harder than they did. We literally worked harder and we had a bit of ability. I thought Fernandinho had a good game in midfield. He was a little bit slow in possession at times in the first half, but overall he had a pretty good game. So I was happy about that. Exactly, we did something United couldn't do, beat Sheffield United at home. And if we match their performances and better their performances, then we'll stay at top of the league. This winning run, by the way, 12 games in a row. Do you know how hard it is to do that? It's just not easy. It's so hard to be perfect all the time. And occasionally, if you play against a team that wants it a lot, especially in the Premier League where teams are all good, you have to work really hard just to not drop a single point. And we did that today. Gabby was alright, got the goal, I'm happy for him. Gabby was okay, not great, and he missed the chance at the end. To be fair, it was a brilliant save, but he's got to be scoring that late on. But we know that about Gabby anyway. I mean, all we know is that, we got through this today. I thought Zinni was good as well. Zinni was alright today. Zinni was fine today. Zinni had a good game, not a great game, but I like him at the moment. I think he's reliable. Diaz was absolutely fantastic, by the way. Some brilliant tackles, some brilliant blocks, and I thought personally the Port was all right. He was solid. I still prefer. This sounds harsh, but you get the sense that Diaz prefers playing alongside Stones. They've got this connection. It's something about it. Sometimes it's Laporte and Diaz were fine together, but you get a sense that Laporte and Stones just click. Genuinely, Robbie, I said, you say it's so hard to be perfect all the time, but you seem to manage it all right. Robbie, you absolute flirt, Robbie. Oh, stop it, Robbie. Nicola was loving that comment over there as well. Well, trust me, I don't. But anyway,
Little bitch.
Thank you. That's my glorious fiance in the background over there. My loving fiance who loves me loads, called me a little bitch. Bless her. She's a little bitch too. Anyway, but yeah, what was I talking about? Yeah, I get the impression that Diaz and Stones just have this connection. Like, I feel like they're genuinely like, psyching each other up and all that kind of stuff. But I don't get the impression Laporte has that same kind of one-to-one connection with Stones. Like, there's nothing wrong with that, of course, but it does feel like the kind of thing that makes a difference, It makes a difference to the team camaraderie. Laporte, for what I know of Laporte, he's quite an insular character. Like, he's quite, he's a little bit quiet. He's a bit aloof in general. By the way, it's definitely not him that runs his Twitter. Obviously not him. But he's quite a quiet character, from what I can tell. Whereas Diaz and Stone seem to have this bromance going on, and that kind of shit matters. Unfortunately, it does mean they hype each other up in a good way, like, a good couple, like me and Nick, for example. Like, we compliment each other, we get each other going, like, yes, and we just love being around each other.
It's just chemistry, isn't it?
Sometimes it's just chemistry, as Nicola said, and I do believe Diaz and Stones genuinely have chemistry. Not to say Laporte can't be really useful, and Diaz obviously is not bothered by that, but there's a natural chemistry between those two that you can't quite put, I don't know, you can't go by sometimes. Laporte doesn't run his Twitter. No, most footballers don't run their Twitter, by the way, Michael. Hate to break it to you. They have social media people. I know people whose jobs it is. I'd be very surprised if Laporte, very quiet, goes to meme king all of a sudden overnight. I mean, he could do, but I'm pretty certain he's not writing dub port and all that kind of stuff. I don't. It's obviously someone else. I know you like to think it is, but you can kind of tell. They've hired a social media agency, unfortunately. It's like Fernandinho's not making graphics about himself either, unfortunately. I hate to break what's it called? The illusion there, yeah. Unfortunately, I've shattered the illusion, but that's just kind of how it is, unfortunately. It's funny though. And even I like to pretend it's real, but I know people whose job is to do that kind of stuff. Anyway, the big brands, basically, the big brands. So they have the brand helpers. But anyway, Laporte was fine today. Dogs hate me, says Bernardo's been shit for ages now. That's probably why dogs hate you, mate, unfortunately, with takes like that. Bernardo was good today. Dogs obviously friends of Bernardo. I mean, dogs hate people with bad takes. So, unfortunately, dogs hate me. If you're going to put bad takes about Bernardo, the dogs are going to give you beef, unfortunately. That's just how it rolls, Bernardo, I thought, worked really hard today. And that was the kind of performance you needed. I thought Bernardo's been very good recently. So, not his scintillating best, but Bernardo's been at least a 7 out of 10 for a while. He's been working really hard. Ferran isn't a Premier League player. His work rate is awful, and apart from City, didn't perform well. Have I watched a different game to everyone else, Geomattech? I mean, genuinely, I thought Ferran worked really hard today. I thought he worked really hard. I'm pretty certain it was him chasing a lost cause and not giving up the ball was what made the goal. I feel like people are incredibly harsh. Like, can we not just, if someone doesn't play well, it doesn't mean they're trash. It doesn't mean they can't play in the Premier League. It doesn't mean they're awful in your eyes. But, why is everyone so goddamn negative about these things sometimes? Not everyone, of course, but some people have unrealistic standards, It's hard. It's hard out there. Miles actually nailing it here. Miles with a very prescient super chat. Nicola with a jingle. Nice, I like that one. Cute. Anyway, Miles saying, monumental win. Sheffield United are stubborn. We got a dad phone call. Hello, Dad. Yeah, I'm on the stream. You're right. I'll put you on loudspeaker, Dad, now.
Yeah, go on.
My dad's on the stream, by the way. What's your opinion on the game, Dad?
I thought Sheffield played really well, to be fair.
Yep.
They defended well, because they made it extremely hard for us. And they did make it hard for us. But we got the goal.
Exactly.
I think we were fortunate, to get the goal, but because I think Jesus was in the right place at the right time, a poacher's goal more than anything else.
So you can ask Dad.
But it's 3 points.
It was indeed.
Another clean sheet.
Another clean sheet FC, Dad. That's all we do now these days. And also, we're 4 points clear of United. 4 points clear.
I know, but they've got a tough game now against
Arsenal.
Yeah,
Arteta got to do us a favour.
I know, yeah, I hope so. But do you not think Diaz is just quality?
Diaz, he was ridiculous, wasn't he? Absolutely ridiculous today.
He's absolutely... the way he ran back to get that ball...
Always does.
I never thought, because their right wing is actually quite... He's like a whippet, he's quick.
Yeah, but everyone's loving you. Esteemed father, the comments are saying, hey, Stephen's dad hype. Hello, Stephen Senior. What a legend. So everyone's saying digital fan cam. I love it. Anyway,
Well, yeah, 3 points. Hip hip hooray with 4 points clear. Let's hope it stays like that.
Go on, Dad.
Let's hope the Reds drop more points today.
Yes, exactly, Dad. Dad, I'm going to carry on back onto the comments stream, but love you, Dad. I'll speak to you later.
Enjoy. Love you too. See you later.
Say bye to everyone on the YouTube channel.
Bye, everybody on YouTube.
Right, see you later, Dad. Love you. Bye.
Bye. Love you too. Bye.
Anyway, there's some words of wisdom from my dad. Can you see where I get it from? My dad, by the way, is definitely one for shouting at the TV and all that kind of stuff. So we're very different that way. But my dad, by the way, is a steward. So my dad would have been at the game today. You would have been there watching it, I presume, covering the game. But Stephen's dad greater than Stephen. I see how it is, guys. But anyway, back to the comment. Who was it from? Where's that super chat gone, by the way? I've lost the super chat now. Who was it? It was Miles saying, monumental win. Sheffield United are stubborn, man. That Miles absolutely spot on, man. Sheffield United is such a stubborn team. Genuinely such a stubborn team. But they're just hard. They're hard to beat. Unfortunately, you have to kind of just like... You have to just get by those games. You have to get by them. Stephen's dad is top of the league. Yes, indeed. Go on, Mike. Michael McInerney, what a legend. Can we do a stream call with Dad someday? Do you know what? I would love to, when this is all over, I would love to have my dad on a watch along with me. It'd be amazing. I want to hug my dad, man. I want to hug him. I've not hugged him for nearly a year now, and I miss him loads. I'm going to make myself sad or cry on the stream, so I'm going to not do that. My dad is Welsh, Robbie, but my dad moved to Manchester when he was like 15, 16 or something like that. So he's got a Manc accent now. He's basically been here for 35, 40 years. He's a top bloke. But basically, Dad wanted to affect your opinion before you form one. Thanks, Dad. He's a good lad. Why didn't Pep use all his subs, Hasu? Well, Guardiola is a man who does not like risk. Guardiola basically likes to minimise risk. He likes to... He doesn't like variables that are out of his control. And the players that are on the pitch and the shape, he hates the idea that someone could come up and upset something that he perceives to work. Genuinely, he struggles. He struggles to trust like situations that are kind of teetering on the edge. And he doesn't want to upset the balance because he understands that adding one other player is a bit of chaos. And Guardiola doesn't like that. Guardiola likes control. So occasionally he will do. Feed the goat scene. We still love Audrey. Yeah, Audrey, my mum's great. I'll just give her a quick phone call if you want me to, just see how she is. No, I won't do that. That'd be silly. No, I haven't seen him for 35 years. No, he's 35 years lived in Manchester. I've not seen him for a year because of... Well, I've seen him, but not hugged him for a year because, pandemic and all that kind of stuff, unfortunately. But anyway, what was I saying? Arteta masterclass incoming, let's go, indeed. Yeah, but basically, Guardiola doesn't like to make subs sometimes because he doesn't like to basically add a bit of risk into the mix, unfortunately. He likes things under control, which is... Anyway, you got it right. So we can't complain too much today. And he was saving his players for the schedule. Guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to go and wind down now because I'm knackered today and it's the weekend and all that kind of stuff. City have won. We are top of the league. Let's get that table back on screen. Look at that. It's absolutely beautiful. Thank you, by the way, for 49,000 subscribers. It's absolutely ridiculous. I'm only like less than 1k off 50k now. So if you don't mind doing me a massive favour and hitting that subscribe button, I love you for loads. I love you loads forever. Guys, big love to everyone. You're all absolutely awesome. For now, though, I'm going to go and wind down. City are top of the league. We've won 1-0. We are 4 points clear of United. We are 7 points clear on Liverpool. Come on, Arsenal. Come on, West Ham. Do us a massive favour. Get me to 50k. Have a genuinely wonderful weekend. You're all absolutely beautiful. It's been good fun. Thank you to everyone during the watch along as well. For now, though, I'm going to wind down. I'm going to have some food. I'm going to brew. And I'll be back later, by the way. I've got to do another transfer video later, so I'll be back later. So I'll be back in a bit. Right, guys. In a bit. Love you loads. Go watch the match reaction. Well, you watch the match reaction. Go and hit the subscribe button. Go watch the watch along if you want to. For now, though, see you later, guys. Have a wonderful evening. I'll be back in a couple of hours with another video. Bye-bye. Love you all.